Hi, I have a question for you. Do you have a cellular device? Do you have electric or hybrid vehicle? Do you use like a electric lawnmower or a leaf blower? Are you aware that these batteries inside of them contain cobalt, which is mined in the Democratic Republic of the Congo using slave labor? Well, today I'm going to be teaching you about how the Democratic Republic of the Congo is sourcing most of our batteries and how we need to find some sort of solution in order to stop using child or slave labor to advance our technological needs. So I'm raising the awareness to this issue because not many people are aware that most of our technologies that we are using are sourced from slave labor. So cobalt, according to the Investigative News Network, independent research facility, in November of 2024, they sourced that 174 metric tons of cobalt is mined in the Congo, and it's making up about 73% of the world's use in cobalt. So today I'm going to be going over what I'd like to talk about. My first main point will be about what cobalt really is. My second main point would be about where the practices of slave labor being used to mine this cobalt, and my third point would be about some sort of solutions that we can come to in order to prevent slave labor from being practiced. So first I will be going over what cobalt is used for. Cobalt is used in lithium batteries to enhance the life of the product by giving it a longer lifespan, and on top of it giving it um, a longer battery charge while allowing things to be cordless. So I personally feel like this is just as important as plastic, but it's also just as harmful as plastic. Just like plastic is harmful to us, so is the cobalt mining that is going on in the Congo using slave labor. Though it is not directly the concern for our health, it is something that we should take into consideration. So according to the Cobalt Institution, uh, a, a institution dedicated to enabling the use of technology through cobalt. The lithium battery has given us an electrical enhancement in today's technology by giving us more uses with it, such as, like I said, a leaf blower that's electric, an electric lawnmower, the Tesla, the any sort of cellular device, anything that you plug in and give it power, basically. So, because of our desire for more electrical efficiencies, we are mining a lot more cobalt and using it in our products, requiring us to source more of this cobalt from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which is using slave labor. I personally believe that this is still one of the biggest issues, but I do drive a car that's hybrid, so I am part of the issue too. Consumers Affair in 2024 says that the average American is using about 21 electrical devices, and the average U.S. household. Now that I've talked about what cobalt is used for, I'm going to start talking about how slave labor is used to source the cobalt. So, secondly, now that I'm going to go over how cobalt is mined using slave labor, I'm also going to explain how the forced mining is affecting these people's lives. So, the biggest issue with cobalt mining is that it's being used with slave labor. So, I wouldn't work for free, I wouldn't work in an unsafe environment, and I would really hope that no one else would too. But according to the NPR, an organization that headlines independent that headlines political investigations going around the world, about in 2023, the work that is being done in the cobalt mine is extremely dangerous, and these people are doing it just for a few dollars a day. The dangerous aspects of this is being performed in zero safeguards. So my personalization is that I work in an environment that has OSHA regulations to ensure my safety as well as my coworkers, and I would love to see something like this enacted with these people, but it won't happen, unfortunately. So, according to the climate Club, an organization dedicated to spreading awareness about climate issues. In 2024, there's at least 40,000 children that are working in these mines, but they're not working with shovels, they're not working with mining equipment. They're using either their bare hands or some sort of shrapnel piece of metal to dig out these materials. And the materials is causing issues. Digging out the materials is causing issues to their health, such as like skin issues. They're having lung issues, uh, eye issues, their heart, their lungs. They're not able to breathe. They're inhaling toxic fumes while digging up this material. And now that I've talked about the practice of slave labor, I'd like to talk about some solutions that we can perhaps use as some sort of future reference, maybe to make this issue go away. Um, so some solutions we can have to this issue would be to just in-house mine in the United States of America. So we should begin mining cobalt in the United States of America because we have about 60 regions that do have cobalt in them. But unfortunately, the United States would rather source theirs outside using slave labor, making our products cheaper. I know that the US has cobalt inside of it, but I think it should be at this point now it's something that we need to look into and using because we shouldn't be using slave labor to mine this anymore. It's 2025 and it's not okay. We wouldn't still practice slave labor in our country. Why would we let somebody else do it in another country? So, a citation I'd like to cite is according to the USGS, a federal organization dedicated to ecological surveillance. In 2020, the United States has more than 60 mineral regions, with cobalt being contained inside of them. The fact is that the United States has cobalt, but we still use our cobalt from other countries. Although I know it's going to be more expensive, I would personally pay for a phone that is made with American sourced materials or sourced materials from a country that wouldn't use slave labor. But I know that I would feel better personally using a product that is uh, not regulated using through slave labor. So my last citation would be that the mining technology and organ from an article called the Mining Technology, an organization that researches mineral availability. In 2024, Australia is also the second largest producer of cobalt, with producing 20.1% of the world's cobalt. So, with you guys now knowing where cobalt is being sourced from, I would also like to let you guys think about it to yourself. Would you want to work in a cobalt mine? Would you like to have trouble breathing at night because you decided to work to try and survive and just make a few dollars so you can eat? Next time you buy an electrical, anything really, ask yourself, why is it so cheap? Where is it coming from? And should I really support this? Because obviously 70% of our technology is coming from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which uses slave labor. So ask yourself that next time you buy some sort of electrical device. Thank you.